I made the most popular Scratch game in Unity, and here's how it went. Scratch is a popular block coding website with some popular games. Personally, the last time I used Scratch was in 5th grade and was not a fun experience. So recreating the most popular Scratch game and making it better will allow me to prove that Unity is better once and for all. But first, we need a Scratch game to recreate. According to this website I found, our top 3 contestants are Geometry Dash, Ripoff Minecraft, and whatever this is in 3D. The first 2 are clearly unoriginal ideas, so there's no point in making a ripoff of a ripoff. Despite the confusing name, the third game is a ball game, and it's actually kind of original. You can tell by taking a look at the App Store. Anyway, in this game, you roll forwards as a ball trying to complete a course. Jump pads allow you to jump to the next platform as you continue rolling forwards. Your run restarts if you fall off the edge once you win into these gaps, and you win if you reach the end. I opened up Unity and added a ball. Now I'm already cheating because this is real 3D, not the scuffed Scratch version. I gave the player a gradient texture which I spent way too long on, but it does look quite nice. I made a gradient background and this already looks better than the original game. I added a script that made a player follow the mouse on the x-axis and I increased the size of the ball. Now we need a course for the ball to roll on because that's kind of the whole point of the game. Using Blender, I retextured a plane and this will be a tile. Yeah. I learned how to use tile maps and quickly made the starting section of the course. This texture had no contrast and blended in with the background, so I tried again. Now this looks better. Oh look, the ball now rolls forwards. Perfect. I added a fancy camera and it follows our ball perfectly. I ended up using 2 cameras to smoothly track the player and receive input from the mouse. Next up we have these purple jump pads. I added some more tiles to test the jump mechanic, but it wasn't very satisfying because you can't really tell you jump. So I tweaked some settings and now the jump is very nice. Time to remake the entire level. I'm sure this will be fun. Woohoo! Now here's the thing, I can't beat the Scratch game myself, so I watched a YouTube video of a person beating the game and copied the layout step by step. I definitely spent way too much time on this. The game looks pretty good, but I adjusted the camera angle to match the original game. Currently, when you fall off a platform, you fall faster than Sonic the Hedgehog and it looks kinda wacky. I also just realized you don't actually fall through the gaps. Whoops. I tried countless different ways to solve the problem, but nothing was working. The player started to miss or slide off of platforms and it was just a mess. And then the project broke and you can't even move. Game dev, am I right? I tried opening a new project in desperation, but everything was still broken. After some more confusion, the game finally works, and I added a rigid body that turns on when you fall, so it looks more realistic. Physics, am I right? I can already tell that Scratch is crying because they don't have built-in physics. Wait, did I accidentally make a rage game? Because this game is pretty hard if I increase the speed of the player. I finished a basic game loop with a windscreen and respawn system, so you don't just keep on falling. So I have recreated the Scratch game, but it's not 10 times better yet. What if we make the game more fun by adding an enemy? How about a UFO that shoots rockets at you? Since most of the map have lanes, the UFO could randomly spawn in one of the lanes with a spawn animation, shoot a rocket, and then leave. If you touch the rockets, you'll have to restart. It's just a little additional challenge. I could add triggers in different sections for when the enemy would appear, as it wouldn't be very fair if enemies shot rockets at you on jump pads. If you're still confused, just wait for the final game. I found a UFO model on Sketchfab and put it into the game. I made the ship follow the player at a distance and added a missile model that I also found on Sketchfab. And then, everything went wrong. When I opened the project again tomorrow, everything was glitching out and nothing was working. I tried making a new shader for the background and upgraded my Unity version. What I didn't know was the enemy model actually caused all the errors. Well, there goes 3 hours. I found a new UFO model and this one even has an alien in it. I finished the missile system and made an entrance and exit animation for the enemy. However, the missile system didn't really fit the pacing of the game, so I used the enemy as a randomly spawning obstacle instead, and it placed triggers for when the enemy will spawn on the level. To keep track of where you are, I added a percentage completed display by doing some math. I then made the game even better by adding some background music and sound effects. I'm really counting on Nintendo now suing me for using the Moon soundtrack from DuckTales. The game sounds much more fun than the original Scratch game, but still not 10 times better yet. So turn on post-processing, cranked up the settings, and Scratch was never seen again. Unity is obviously proven the better engine. Thank you all so much for 800 subs. Bye.